Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the start of a small series of videos that I will be posting on the security of web browsers. Now, I'm not talking about the security of browsing on the web, but of the actual pieces of software that we all use to go on the internet. Now, I will be talking about the 5 most popular browsers out there: Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, which is the winner right now, Opera, Firefox, Internet Explorer 11. Now, this first video is on the basics of the web browsers. What you should not do or should do when using web browsers. The first thing you need to know is you have to keep them up to date. It's very, very important. If your browser is not up to date, it really has very important consequences on the security of your computer. The reason why they update the browsers all the time is because they very often fix flaws in the browsers. They also fix flaws in software that is included. For example, Internet Explorer 11, Edge, and Chrome have a Flash Player included. So some of the updates fix flaws in the Flash Player that's included in the browser. So make sure you have the latest version. How do you know that? Well, first of all, both Microsoft Edge and Internet Explorer get their updates through Windows Update. So you need to make sure that you go and check for your updates to make sure that everything is up to date on your computer. When Windows updates itself, it updates these browsers. It updates Internet Explorer and it updates Microsoft Edge. If you're using an alternate update browser like Google Chrome, which is the most popular right now, then make sure that you have updates turned on automatically. Usually Chrome updates itself without your knowledge. You don't even know that it's done. And it's actually a good thing that it does it, because you're typically always on the latest browser. The problem with having silent updates is that if it stops doing updates, you're not really sure if it updated. So you can check it out. You can go into menus. So if you go into your menu and you go to Help and About, and you click About Google Chrome, automatically it's going to say, okay, we're going to check for updates. And here it says Google Chrome is up to date on version 46.02490. So basically you have to manually check for the different browsers to make sure that they are updated, that they are in their latest releases. That's how you will know if your browser's quite all right. It's very important to check that and to make sure that your browser is in the latest versions. Then, after you keep them up to date, after you know you have the latest browser installed, what you should never use, I know it's a great functionality, I know it's fantastic that it does that. Unfortunately, when you go to a website and you're prompted for a email address and a password, or a username and a password, all browsers will tell you, oh, do you want me to save this in my files? I understand how cool it is to have everything done automatically for you, but you should never store passwords in your browser. Meaning that when you enter your information, you can maybe have that, for example, here in Outlook.com. Having the email there is not too much of a problem, but you don't want to have automatic password on the second box here. So you know what, when it says, do you want me to remember your password? I always say no. You need to enter your passwords manually. It's very important, because if there's some hack that happens on the browser, they could technically be stolen. That information can be stolen from you. So it is always better to enter it manually, not to have it entered automatically. Another feature that helps keep you safe, and that's why banks, for example, will ask you to do that, is to delete the browsing history and data and stuff like that, the temporary files. Why do they ask that? It's simply because all the files, the temporary files, the cookies, all of that contain enough information for anyone to know basically where you're browsing. And you know what? When you go on a website using any browser, you typically will have tons of little scripts that run on pages that want to know where you've been, what you've done, what you like, and they check that information. They check the temporary files, they check the cookies, because it gives them an idea of what you do. So if you want to keep a little more private, have more security, you can go into most browsers and delete the browsing history so that you know that you can clear all of the data on each browsers. Now don't worry, I'm not showing it right now. I'm just giving you the general guidelines. But in each browser, I will show you how to do many things concerning privacy and security in the coming day or two. So that's going to be a useful bunch of articles for most of you. Another thing that you should never do is have your websites, your bank sites, your PayPal account, anything that has to do with money and shopping technically should not be in a favorite or a bookmark. Shopping maybe, but even then, you know what? The bookmarks can be rewritten. There have been in the past viruses and malware that actually replace your bookmarks with other bookmarks. So for example, if you go to a website, say Bank of America, for those that use Bank of America, and you decide, oh, I'm going to put that Bank of America site in my bookmarks or my favorites of my browser. Thing is, some malware will replace that bookmark. Some malware will change it so that you click on your bookmark, you think you're going at the right place, but unfortunately you're going to a malicious site that imitates Bank of America perfectly. How do you know that you've been sent to a place like that? Typically, usually they will ask you questions that never ask. The banks never ask, like your social security number, maybe some like your birth date, some really very personal data. Enter your credit card info, stuff like that. Be very careful and never use favorites for banking. It's very important because it is the bad thing to do. If you ever get malware, it's possible that it's going to be rewritten, and then you'll be sent without even your knowledge to a malicious website. Make sure that you notice when you go to a site that is important. Once again, a bank site. Let's bring on Bank of America on each browser here, for example. When you go to a bank site, you'll notice that more and more the bank sites have a way of telling you you're on the right place. First of all, make sure that the website's address is the one you want to go to. But also look at the address bar. There should be this information. Here it says Bank of America Corporation identified by VeriSign. You see here there's a lock and it's green. It tells you in green that this website is correct. Internet Explorer, the old address bar becomes green. Firefox, you have a green little thing information there. Here it says verified by Symantec. It tells you this is a verified website. I know that this is a correct one. and you should go there and you're safe there. It tells you. Usually when you get hacked by or spoofed by a website from a bank that is a false website, this will not turn green. This will not change. It will just stay like a regular website. It won't become green to let you know that it's okay. So that's very, very important. And last but not least, you know what? Instead of searching for something on the internet, when you know the address bar, stop using Google to search for it. Type it in the address bar. So let's say I want to, go to get my Malwarebytes software. I won't Google it. I will type malwarebytes.org because I know the address and I don't need to search for it. When you know the web address, go and type it in the address bar. Stop searching for it. People have this tendency to search for everything while they just know that the address is that. So it's very important. Try to get that into your habits. Typing the address of or the URL of a website in the address bar instead of searching or Googling it. It is much safer to do that and to work like that. It's very important. So these are, of course, the basics of each web browser security. And of course, make sure that you scan regularly your computer with a software like Malwarebytes and an antivirus to make sure that there's nothing on your computer. If you respect some of these basic features and basic security of your web browsing, you will see that you should keep safe and things should work pretty well for you while you are surfing the internet. If you enjoy my videos, want to subscribe to my channel, you'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, maybe you have your own security suggestions on web browsers, let us know. Of course, I'll be talking more about that as we'll have each browser's security features mentioned in separate videos. And if you enjoy our videos, give us thumbs up, helps us on the ratings on YouTube. And thank you for watching our videos.